As far as I know, even the many reports which accuse Sri Lanka of serious human rights violations during the wartime, even the United Nations reports which have alleged such crimes do not allege genocide in Sri Lanka, and I really don't agree that there was genocide. But having said that, there are extremely serious cases of human rights violations. Some may amount to war crimes, we don't know, but that's one of the reasons why we want to set up the transitional justice mechanisms, again, not because we want to please the international community, not because of the pressure we may have had from the international community. We do it for our own people, because we feel that as a nation, we cannot move forward without coming to terms with our past. There are many, just as you have, there are many questions we have in our mind about many of the incidents which happened over the years. So I think the time has come for Sri Lanka to know the truth, and in the process of seeking the truth, we may also find that if there were allegations of genocide, we are willing to look into it. In fact, recently there was some reports of cluster bombs being used. I mean, that is a very, very serious allegation, if it's true. And that's one of the very reasons we want to put these mechanisms together. And in fact, going back to the last question, why are we scared of international investigations? We are not scared, but at the same time we feel that domestic mechanisms with international participation, with international support, can be achieved and is much easier than the process which you're suggesting, which is not practical. And that is why one of the reasons why in our manifesto of 2015, for the presidential election, we actually promised the people of Sri Lanka that we will investigate into the allegations of war crimes and human rights violations through a domestic mechanism. But again, let me underline, a domestic mechanism does not preclude foreign participation. As I frankly told you, there is a consensus that foreign participation in certain areas is needed, especially foreign investigators, forensic experts are not new to Sri Lanka. When SWRD Bandaranaike was killed, we get forensic experts, investigators, when Lalita Tulatmudli, etc. So that's not new, but at what level we have the participation is something which has to come through the consultations. And as I told you before, I can assure you that the codes which will be presented, which will be finally worked out, will have the credibility and the endorsement. For it to succeed, it must have that of the stakeholders, including the victim,